This is not normal. It's not an unspoken norm. It's an intentional creation of a culture, okay? And how do you create it? You create it, firstly, by living it, all right? Where a lot of people fuck up is they expect all these high standards from everybody else, but they expect that they can cut corners and they can pass over and they can look the other way, and then nobody else sees it. There's only one way to fucking lead. Vince Lombardi said it fucking 100 years ago. Leading by example is not the best way to lead. It's the only way to lead. So if you want to build a abnormal, high standard culture, okay, you have to start there. And it has to be on mother point. It cannot be 90%. It can't be 97%. It has to be 100%. And then when you miss on that 1%, you got to go in front of all of them and be like, guys, I fucked that up. I'm sorry, this is what it is, okay? Because you got to hold them responsible and they got to learn to admit their mistakes. So whatever you do, they will do, all right? So if you're a business owner, if you're a leader of an organization, if you're a member of a team of any sort, and you think that you can hold other people to a standard that you're not living, you are in for a brutal awakening, because it will never happen for you. And here's the thing. A lot of you guys struggle with holding people accountable. Like you're saying this right now. And if I had to bet, I would bet just about anything that the reason you have a hard time holding people accountable is not because you had a tyrannical boss. It's because you had a tyrannical boss that didn't live the standard. And then when the guy came up to you and said, you know, do this, do that, do this, you were like, fuck this guy, he didn't do any of that shit. And I bet that you know that you're not living the standard. The reason that I have no problem, and the reason that my people respect me, and the reason I don't have to raise my voice and yell and scream, which I used to have to do when I wasn't living the standard, the reason I could walk up and I could say, hey, I need you to do this, or hey, I need you to do that, and everybody's like, all right, cool, I got it. And there's a good culture, is because they know that I fucking live what I preach. They fucking see it. They see it everything I fucking do, okay? So if I would bet that the reason that you have a problem with this is because you know that you're not living that standard and you don't want to be that dickhead that you used to work for. Secondly, you have to understand, and this is another issue when it comes to new leadership, your people want to be led. There is nothing worse than being on a team or in an organization without clear leadership or clear direction. It confuses people, it demoralizes people, it removes their purpose. They don't feel like they're actually getting anywhere. They feel like the company's stuck in the mud, and it's the morale and culture, all right? So you have to come to terms with this. You need to become the leader, and you cannot reserve yourself of saying, hey, this is what I think, or this is what I think, or this is what needs to be done, because you feel like you're trying to be better than them. That's what used to hold me back when I was a young entrepreneur. I had a hard time telling people what we needed to do. Look, I don't like looking at it as a boss. Like I don't think I look at it as a boss. I look at my team and our teams and our companies as I'm a part of the team. And I think this will help your perspective with this. If you stop looking at it like you're the boss and you start looking at it like you're just part of the team and this is my responsibility on the team, my responsibility on the team is to live the standard, it's to hear feedback and ideas, it's to empower people, and then it's to make the best decision possible, okay? Your ability to do that will change, because no longer are you seeing, hey, I'm the boss of this other human being. That's an uncomfortable position for someone who's got morals and respect for other people. Now, there are people out here who love that shit. And if you have a boss like that, you should probably go find one that actually sees it the way I'm talking about. But true leaders look at themselves as they're playing a role on the team. I'm playing a role. My role is to do these things, and if I don't do these things, these guys can't do their thing. And if you look at it like that, it gets a lot easier to say, hey, we need this done, or we need that done, or we need this done. But again, if you're not living the standard, that's not going to work. So it starts with the standard, and then it starts with you getting comfortable and readjusting your perspective from I'm the boss to I'm a member of the team. And my responsibilities as a member of the team are to develop my people, to empower them, to communicate with them clearly, to give them direction, to listen to their opinions, and then make the right decision for all of the team involved. And then what happens is when you start operating like that and the team knows that you're operating within their best interest, They start to respect that because they feel value, they understand they're contributing, and they understand that you're not going to make the best decisions for you, you're going to make the best decisions for everybody. And that's where the great culture comes.